This is the final part of Sports Tonight, and let me just quickly introduce to you my special guest is the president of the TaeKwonDo Federation of Nigeria. We're happy to have Dr. George Ashiru as our guest on Sports Tonight this Tuesday. Dr. Ashiru, good to have you on Sports Tonight.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And I'm a man of many titles, I see.
A man of many parts. On Twitter, your handle is man of contrast.
Man of contrast. So there you go. There you go, Grandmaster.
I think I can say a few things about that one. You look harmless.
I am harmless.
But you have a black belt.
Thank you.
And that makes you somebody that shouldn't be confronted anyhow.
Well, good advice.
Good advice.
Good advice.
All right, Dr. Ashiru, good to have you on Sports Tonight this Tuesday. What's tomorrow, Thursday? Tomorrow is arrival date for the usual end of year TaeKwonDo Championship.
Well, I wouldn't know whether you can say unusual end of year. Coincidentally, it
happens every
It
December.
has come up in December. It was October in 2013. But
last year, I think it was December.
Last year was December, and the year before. Korean Ambassadors Championships will come up again, and tomorrow we are expecting 300 athletes and then an extra 150 officials to join them, and team managers and teammates. So it will be a large gathering of
It's been getting
people.
better and better
And bigger.
Year after year. What are we expecting this time? You told us about the number of athletes coming. What extra are we seeing?
Well, let's put it this way. This is the National Sports Festival for TaeKwonDo. Naturally, you know, everybody was hoping to have a National Sports Festival. So when it didn't hold, we realized that everybody was hungry and eager, and we have to pick a national team ahead of next year. The World Championships is in June, and there's no time to play. If you are thinking of Tokyo, you have to start now. So we made sure we announced to everybody that, look, use this as a platform to be part of the team of Nigeria. And that's why we have, I mean, for me, the most impressive part was to have team from Yobe. I mean, these are places where Nigeria is currently having some militant action. So for people to come from Yobe, from Maiduguri and all that, that means people love the sport. They want to be seen. They want to be known. And this is a large gathering, and we should enjoy ourselves.
Talk to us about some more technical issues around the event that you'll be having, apart from helping to serve as a platform for you to pick those that will be going for the World Championship next year. What other things in terms of the technique of the game are we going to see? Improvements, trainings for coaches, for some of these athletes? What more can you tell us?
It's a standardized tournament. We have over 22 international referees, mainly Nigerian international referees. We are using purely a fully electronic gear. It's the same gear used in African Games and World Championships. We are using 3 courts, so it's going to be a massive hall with activities going on because of the large number of athletes we're having. And we have rehearsed this with the tournament we had 2 months ago at the University of Lagos, the Invitational Championships. Give us a rehearsal for the bigger one. And so we think it's going to be nice and beautiful. We have the usual hall, Teslim Balogun. It's air-conditioned, it's cool, it's good for the athletes. The prizes this year are different. We're not giving them the usual electronics. We're giving them training equipment. So they're going to go with bags, bodyguard, head guards, uniforms, training pads. So enough for you to go into a World Championship on your own. So that's a bit of a departure, and I think from what we have seen, they love that.
All categories of winners?
Every single one of the 70 medalists will go away with 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 items, depending on the color.
Okay, you're starting this on Thursday.
Thursday, the tournament starts.
Time.
It's in the morning by 8 o'clock. We are good to go. And we'll continue for as long as the schedule allows. 6, 7, we should round up each day. Because we're using 2, 3 courts, we will be
to do a lot more.
We will be able to do a whole lot more because we have 2, 3 courts. And that's important.
So, I mean, for those of you who are lovers of TaeKwonDo who've been sending messages, that's confirmation for you. Venue is the Molade Okoya Thomas Sports Hall of Teslim Balogun Stadium starting Thursday. So if you get there early enough from 8, you'll be seeing fights from 8 to 6 p.m. at least. You should be seeing a fight, maybe just starting, or one just ending, or one that's midway.
It's non-stop.
Non-stop. You can decide to watch.
There will be action going on in 3 courts. So you will find something worth watching, either female side or male side, some jumping, some exciting moments. And we are also glad that we have our special guests who are joining us this year. The Honorable Minister has confirmed he's coming again, 2nd consecutive time, which is a blessing to us. We've had 3 ministers. We've had ministers coming to 3 consecutive editions. And that says a lot about the fact that TaeKwonDo is a brand that the government and corporate sponsors think it's good to support. We have invited and we are hoping to have the former President Obasanjo, who has instituted TaeKwonDo Training Center at the National Library, the Presidential Library in Abeokuta, to show how much of a passion of all the sports in this country. That's the one that is there, and we felt, okay, we really need to appreciate that. And then we have the former Chief of Army Staff, in 1981, General Wushishi, who introduced TaeKwonDo into the Army in 1983. So these are people we have reached out to. They have responded to us, and we're expecting to hopefully get them there. And that is a good end-of-year celebration for our family.
And of course, the finals of this event will be over the weekend.
On Saturday.
All right.
The closing ceremonies will be from 4 o'clock, but the fights will be in the morning.
Okay. All right. So for those of you who want to get the details, that's it for you. Around the Korean Ambassador Championship. But let's talk more now about grassroots development of TaeKwonDo. How challenging has this been for you as president of the Federation in Nigeria, making these sports, I'm looking for a word to use, more appealing to people, because it's a contact sport. It involves getting involved in kicks, and all of that. What efforts are you making to make it more appealing to people and to make it more sustainable at the grassroots level, particularly in schools?
As a matter of fact, TaeKwonDo is the fastest growing sport in Nigeria. It is already.
How do you prove that to us?
It is the fastest growing. How do you do that? Statistically speaking, go to every single school, private school in this country, and out of 4, 3 will have TaeKwonDo in them. And that's because the instructors have become businessmen. They've gone out, expanded their frontiers, pushed out the dimensions. In fact, the problem we have now is that we don't have enough quality instructors for the need. We don't have enough.
So there's a need for you to now churn out a lot more instructors.
Exactly. We need a lot of quality instructors and a lot of quality instruction, because we don't want our kids being taught the wrong things. And it's all over the country. Abuja, there was a tournament held in Abuja a couple of years ago in Sheraton. 800 children were there. And that's Abuja, not even Lagos, that has a massive population of schools. And the same thing with Port Harcourt and so many other parts. So we are looking at next 10, 15 years, we're going to have a massive explosion of teenagers and young adults who are TaeKwonDo people, if they don't drop out. So the challenge for me more is managing that growth. It's not making it appealing, but managing the growth itself. And one of the ways to do that is to make sure quality instruction. And one of the visions that I was promoting to the TaeKwonDo community a couple of years ago is that we need to bring a foreign expert here who will help us to build the instructor base with knowledge, understanding, technical abilities, so that over the next 5, 10 years, with that kind of foundation, then we can really grow and we'll be very strong. And to an extent, I think we're achieving that. As I'm speaking to you right now, the Korean instructor is in National Stadium in Abuja teaching instructors. He has been doing that for the past 2 days. He will continue tomorrow. And then we try to do that once, twice a year in Abuja and Lagos, and give these instructors that foundation, and they can go and push TaeKwonDo to the grassroots.
How much of a challenge has funding been for you, for your programs? Because that's one issue that everybody talks about. There's hardly enough funds to go around all the sports, and a lot of the federations are complaining. But how has it been for you, funding, the challenge of funding?
The bottom line is that for our national programs, we have never asked for anything from the government. We have never asked for a dime in all the 3.5 to 4 years that I've been there as president for national programs. The only time we go to the government is if we have to go for the international ones, and we believe it in a way it's their responsibility. Now we're carrying the national flag. We're not going as individuals. We're going as Nigeria. We're going for the World Championships. World Championship is not 10,000, 100,000. It's millions. And if you don't go, you don't get points. If you don't get points, you don't qualify for the Olympics. And so, that's where we ask them, please put your investment at least once or twice a year for the big ones. Let's take care of the local ones. That's why we've had about 6 or 7 tournaments this year. None of the funding has come from government because we just don't go to them and say we need your funding. But when we do ask for funding, we expect to get support.
All right, I'm going to come back to you now, but I'm told that I have to do some quick updates around the UEFA Champions League because all the games are at half-time now. So let's just leave the Taekwondo courts for a while. We'll go back to the Taekwondo courts in a moment, but let me just update you with the results from the games in the UEFA Champions League. Let me start from Group A. Arsenal are still 2-0 up. At Basel, of course, I told you was Lucas Perez with the 2 goals for the Gunners in that one, and then Ludogorets are still 1-0 up at half-time at Paris Saint-Germain. Arsenal fans will hope and pray that this result stays this way. Group B, it's the dicey group, and of course Benfica, Napoli are still grinding out a goalless draw. But guess what? Dynamo Kiev have gone goal crazy. They're hammering Besiktas 4-0. At the moment. That's the result as we speak. Group C, Barcelona, courtesy of a goal from, you know the man already, Lionel Messi, 1-0 up over Borussia Mönchengladbach. Manchester City at the Etihad are 1-1, playing a 1-1 draw with Celtic. City's goal was scored by the Nigerian Kelechi Iheanacho. That gladdens our hearts. And of course, Group D, the final group tonight, Bayern Munich are 1-0 up over Atletico Madrid. And of course, PSV Eindhoven and FC Rostov are still 0-0. These are the results at half-time of games currently going on tonight in the UEFA Champions League. Let me get back to George Ashiru, President of the Taekwondo Federation of Nigeria, and then I ask a few questions. In 5 years from now, what's your dream for the sports? Whether you are still in charge as the president or outside as somebody who participated and is involved in the sport, what do you see as the future of Taekwondo in Nigeria?
I have been involved in this sport for 40 years. I already feel like an elder statesman. What I would love to see in 5 years' time is Nigeria's para taekwondo going to the Tokyo Olympics for the first time and winning gold.
Para, you said?
Yes.
Special taekwondo?
Yes, I would like to see that. I have interest in the whole ramification of taekwondo, not just one part of taekwondo, every part of taekwondo.
But the para, is this something that we're doing now? Is this something that is on the ground now?
We are on the ground. We have an African champion, is just this year, is a Nigerian. First African championship, we had 2 medalists, 1 gold, 1 bronze. So I would like to see that. Why? Because that's new. It's going to be in the Olympics for the first time, Paralympics. And you know we do well in para games. So I would like to see that taekwondo is part of that.
In 2020?
In 2020. So, you know, I'm thankful that we were able to put together and be part. In fact, we have just been given affiliation to Nigeria Paralympic Committee. So 2020 is a possibility. I'd like to see that happen, and I want us to be there. I'd like us to also do well in another part of taekwondo called Pumse. Because those are the 3 arms of taekwondo. So we've already shown that we are good quality Olympic medalists. We won a bronze and we've won a silver. Let's see if we can win in the other parts. Then we are a fully well-rounded taekwondo community, 5, 8, 9, 10 years. Anybody can be part of taekwondo, whether you have arms, you don't have arms, whether you are like this or you're not like that, you don't want to fight, you just want to do what we call forms. All of that would have been created for you. That's the kind of foundation I'm interested in laying now.
All right, Judge Ashiru, I must say thank you to you for coming on the show. I'm told our time is up, but that's how we have to wrap it up on Sports Tonight. And I'm also thank you to you as well for watching. We'll be back tomorrow with a bigger and a better package. Enjoy the rest of the night. Bye-bye.